Hi, this is Jamie Steinberg with Starry Constellation Magazine. Kat, this is a stunning film for you. Was there something about Star People or about Claire that drew you to be a part of this?
Oh my God, there were so many things. Thank you, first of all. There were so many things about Claire that I wanted to play. She's the closest character I've ever had the opportunity to read for to who I am in real life. I love that she has this singular focus in her life where she is just determined to find the truth about something and nothing's going to disrupt that journey for her. And I also love that I was really attracted to the fact that she has so many nuances, the way her body's catching up to her when she's unwilling to be vulnerable in her personal life, and how she has to navigate that and choose to let people in because she has no other choice. And also I love that I was reading a character who was written to be a woman who was like not the traditional version of like really good at taking care of herself. Like I feel like these characters that are this interesting are often written for men. And it was an absolute treasure when I saw her jump off the page at me and I was like, this is for me.
There's such an interesting dynamic between Claire and Taylor as well. There's this vast dichotomy between the two of them. How was their relationship initially described to you?
It was described to me by the words on the script, so it was very like clear what that character should be. And actually, I have played people like the character of Taylor more often than I've played people like the character of Claire. So I was like, whoever gets this, I hope they're really magical. And then I read with McCabe and I was like, it's you. Like I felt our sibling dynamic already, which I'm pulling from my personal life with my little brother. But also McCabe is just such a consummate actor and he's so committed and it was just really amazing to work with him.
There's this hesitation though between her and Justin about whether or not he believes her, but then it seems like he's pretty all in based on everything that she's, found about these lights. And I love that he's supportive of her, whereas, her brother Taylor is like, there's absolutely no way you're a complete psycho about this. I love that relationship. Did you and Connor spend much time to sort of flesh out that supportiveness between the two of you?
No, he really came in fully as the character, which I also loved about Connor. He's an incredible actor as well. But I feel like he played the character really like one foot in, one foot out. Like he cared about his fans, but he also cared about the aliens, but he also cared about the adventure. I don't know, he played that very complicated character so beautifully, who through the course of the film is sort of our reflection of the most judgmental side of our own character and the most fearful side of our own characters. And he couldn't be less like that in real life. And I think it always takes someone who can like jump to the other side of the fence and really empathize with a character to play something like that so well. And yeah, I loved also that our relationship wasn't written to be the love story of the century. It was very conditionally based on aliens.
My favorite scene is when Ricardo appears and you're finally like sort of felt like justified for this. You're like, he's like, I saw these lights and they drew me to you. It's just that moment I felt was so palpable and I could see it in his face and your face. You're like, I I'm not this Looney Tune that people have been like accusing me of. This is validation for me. Is that your favorite scene to film where you first have that validation of all this time you've been searching for these lights and now someone else can support you? Or is there another scene where you feel proud of the work you've put into?
Mm. I love that scene with Eddie because it's just so gorgeous. But and he's such a gorgeous actor. But actually, the experience of that scene is so funny because it's like I think that I'm gonna find someone who sees the same thing as me, and then it's also kind of a letdown. And to see Claire be so selfish that she feels like helping these humans, it derails her thing. You really like, I love that she's sort of an anti-hero in that moment because she has something she wants to go and do. But I feel like as an audience member watching that scene, I'm like, people are suffering. You have to learn how to be a better person, Claire. And I think that her journey of doing that it was really meaningful to me to play somebody who was imperfect in that way. But what would be one of my favorite scenes to play? I don't know. I really love the moment where I run out of the house and Connor's character Justin can't chase me as I drive away and he's like, "You didn't see the lights. You have epilepsy. I love driving away from him in that moment because it's also just like he does not get me, and I'm not going to let anyone stop me, and no one's going to diminish what I know.
I feel like there's room for a sequel because now what now for Claire? What
I know.
what what does she do with her life
I don't know.
going
Hopefully she
forward?
goes on and writes this movie, I guess.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. I mean, I think maybe she's whispered into Adam's ear at
Yeah.
some point. He wrote and directed this film. What was it like working with him? Was he very precious when it came to lines and speaking the dialogue?
No, I have to say that was one of the things that I really admired about him as a first-time director is he put so much faith in all of us, but also he wrote such a beautiful script that none of us came unprepared. Like we really embodied and, devoured the script and were ready to play it out in real life. So we didn't have to do much to corral us into telling this story. Like we were all so eager to make this film. But he also was really great at keeping us honest about the tenderness of each moment and understanding the textures we're coming from and remembering that it's really, really hot and stuff like that. Like he really just worked to sort of keep us in the same world. And other than that, he trusted what he wrote and he trusted what we brought to it. And I thought that was really brilliant of him.
I think it's such a special film. It's not just sci-fi, it's not just thriller. It's got heart, it's got depth to your character. You really invest in her journey and really figuring out what it is behind this light that she feels is drawing her towards it. Is that what you've heard from people who have seen the film, that it's truly an investable sci-fi film because there's such this multifaceted aspects to it?
Yeah, I think that people are the main feedback that I hear that I really love from people who have watched the film is that they're just so surprised by how much more they get than what they bargained for. Like, I do think that when you go to an indie sci-fi, you're expecting like lackluster visuals and to have to suspend your disbelief in what the aliens look like. And the fact that this film just gives you so much more than what you expect from the hearts of these characters and from the concept of what faith is and the concept of what struggling to find validation and work through trauma and these relationships like it really just bites off less than it chews. Like you get so much out of this film, I really think, and it's tender and also stunning, and you still get to escape in the sky in a way that's beautiful and like is a gorgeous, respectful homage to the sci-fi genre. But the people are really, you don't see this every day. You don't see this kind of cast every day in an indie film.
It's so good. How did you shake off a long day of being in this intense situation, this intense role for so long?
I loved it. I never wanted to leave her. I was very sad to leave her. I think that being a performer who's like always auditioning for roles, it can feel very chaotic and like manic. And playing Claire, like I said, is like it felt the closest to me. And I'm just so glad it's on film now that there's like a version of me being this actor because I would love to live in that world again. I hope there is a sequel. I don't know what would happen, but like I didn't have to. It wasn't hard. Like I was sad to let her go.
What's next for you? Have you been busy working on any movies or any other series coming out?
Yeah, I have a couple of other movies coming out, but I also have my EP, my debut EP called Glass Jaw. I made it's a visual album as well as a musical album. So I made and I like directed these music videos that are definitely informed by the experience of shooting Star People. They're really mini films in their own right and songs that I wrote from before the time that I auditioned for Star People, like before the script was ever in my world. But there are a lot of crossover themes about who Claire is and who I am as an artist in the time that I wrote this EP. So I'm excited that that's coming out. Dancer, the single came out last week, and I'll be performing at the Echo and in LA and elsewhere in New York in October. So check out those dates. Please come see me live. I'll sign your Star People posters. But other than that, I ha have a couple other movies coming out, but I'm just so excited to go see Star People live again at the Lamel Royale in LA next week.
What would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the incredible work you continue to do on our screen?
Oh my God, I just want to say thank you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for going to the theater. Thanks for choosing to support the art that real humans are making instead of falling into AI holes. Man, we put our hearts into it, and it meant the world to me to make this movie and all of the things that I've gotten to play. So thank you for engaging with it and seeing yourselves in it.